WSPO.
There is something on fire! Those boys are playing music! Well, quite frankly, I'm just afraid.
The Spo Show.
Only on WSPO.
Live now.
Spo Show. I am Dave Crespo. We got Brian Cleary. Blind? That's like, how could I? Blind.
I swear I'm not blind.
That was a good save.
Pretty good, right?
You saved me.
That's what I'm here for.
Brian, you've done some radio.
Oh, sure.
You're from, everything's just falling apart. Things are going nuts. We will settle.
The world is falling apart. We're gonna get through this.
Are we?
I think so.
I don't know.
We're gonna try.
We'll definitely get through this episode of the Spo Show.
Yeah. Oh shit! I moved my camera. Oh,
No, I think we'll get through all things.
Okay.
It's true.
I just moved my camera by mistake. Is it still on me?
Yeah, you look great.
That's all I care.
That's
really
it.
all I
You
care.
look. I might change it a little later.
Okay.
This is the Spo Show, live from the Spo Rules Facebook page. Brian Cleary. You used to live in Los Angeles. You recently moved here to Salt Lake City because you wanted to take on, much like everybody else who moves here, you wanted to become Mormon. What's it been like being Mormon?
It's been great.
Yeah.
I can't really go into too much detail on that
Because
but,
of your, commitment to the church.
and the NDA I signed. But it's like, I don't know. I can't really describe it. It's beyond words.
It's
but
more than words.
Mormon than words.
Mormon than words.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, I grew up with Brigham's. The best ice cream in the world.
Oh my God.
So it just seemed like a logical conclusion to move to Utah and become a Mormon.
Yeah.
The whole Brigham
I
thing,
think that's Oh, I see what you're saying.
Tying it
Brigham
together
Young.
there. Yeah, Brigham.
People who aren't familiar with Utah, they don't always remember Brigham Young.
They don't, dude. So we had to explain that. Yeah.
I think that they remember Joseph Smith because of South Park.
Right.
But Brigham Young.
Not so much.
No, not so much at all.
Kind of an obscure reference there.
I don't think
deep cut,
not
if
if you're from here though. Not if you live out here.
No.
But you recently moved here for work.
Yep.
And do you enjoy it? What's your feel?
Love my job. I'm at a company called AAPC, and the company trains and certifies. It's going to sound really boring. Trains and certifies medical coders.
Okay.
And so it's, of course, the last few months there's been a higher demand. People changing careers. They want to work from home, so on. And this is something you can do from home. So it's been busy and great, and I've been able to be a part of offering what we do for, free for a lot of people
during
trying
COVID.
to people trying to break into it, and they're having trouble. It's an easy way to change careers, basically, for them. So that's been great.
But it's got to be weird being in like this new city.
Yeah.
During I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it
guess
is.
I'm pretty like used to being here, but I can imagine if I know this dude I talked to the other day. He did a scene stream with me. I do these things on Mondays that I was trying to get you to do.
Oh yeah.
With Heather out in Boston, but this dude was in LA and he moved to LA in February, so he had 2 seconds to do anything in LA.
Right.
And now he's just like, I don't know, kind of doesn't have a job. So at least you had like 2 seconds to get.
I mean, I would not want to be in a reverse situation because the rent is and the cost of living is so crazy there.
Yeah.
And the economy's tanked. So, actually, pure luck that I moved here and wound up in the medical industry. That's not even where I was before. So it's been great.
What about music for you?
Yeah, so
because we're both Bostonians,
right? We have a lot of mutual friends back in Boston.
Yep.
People who used to help me sneak into clubs when I was 15 and 16.
You're so lucky. But I couldn't, like, I tried to do that. Like, I made fake IDs, and you couldn't back.
Yeah, exactly. This is back in the early 80s, and not to date myself, in the early 80s, and it was a lot easier. In fact, I was living in Florida most of that time, playing in a band down there, and the drinking age was 19. And I started playing in this band when I was 14 or 15. I looked a lot older. And they'd see me come in with the band, and they wouldn't even question if I was. They just assumed I was of age.
I feel like
they
that
were all
still
older.
happens. I spent most of my like local music career, not most of it, but like I started booking shows and like running shows at like 18 and a half, 19.
Okay.
So like 19, 20.
Yeah.
Like nobody asked me, hey, can I see your ID? I was there before
You were
doors.
already there. Exactly. And that's how I'd get into the clubs. And I remember in Boston, actually, O Positive was playing at this little hole in the wall. I think it was called Johnny's on Harvard Ave in Allston.
Okay.
Probably where that record store is now, or maybe even where
Who
Bun
knows
Ratty's
what's
was.
there now?
Yeah, exactly.
Bun Ratties.
Bun Ratties, yeah. But anyway, they were playing, and so I had my boombox with me because I'd walk around with it all day. I was a freak. And
No, it was the 80s. That's what you
and
did.
it was it's what you did.
Yeah.
And then I walked into the bar as the band was setting up, and I asked the bartender if he could stash my boombox behind the bar for a few hours. And he didn't think twice about it. So when I came back, I'm like, oh, you guys have my boombox behind the bar. I just, of course, stayed the rest of the night.
Yeah.
It was O Positive in Salem 66. And I actually wrote a short story about that night.
Like, as if to say you...
I had a crush on the bass player from Salem 66.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't, the T had stopped running, so I had nowhere to crash. So
The T for you guys, that's the train.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I forget where we are. Just talking to you, I feel like I'm in Boston.
I know. I'm used to like translating for people.
No,
I'm
it's
always
great.
telling them about
What
my.
we're talking about, yeah.
Well, just like, I came to Salt Lake because it has an identity like kind of like Boston.
Yeah.
Like the identity being Mormonism.
Oh, right.
I know that's like, it kind of sucks to like just put it right on there, but the Mormon religion kind of like makes people that are Mormon and aren't Mormon. There's a thing.
There's a thing. Well, when I first moved here, like everyone I met, that was if they didn't come right out and ask it, you could tell they were trying to figure out if you were Mormon or not.
Yeah.
That's like the first question.
No
on
one
their
asked
mind.
me. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why I just.
Maybe I look it. I don't know. Yeah.
I was being facetious. I clearly don't look
okay.
like a Mormon.
You kind of. You're right.
Maybe like a Rastafarian.
Yeah.
But definitely not a Mormon.
No, you don't look Mormon at all.
I don't think so.
But anyway, yeah. So I wound up crashing at Salem 66's apartment in Allston.
Because you're trying to bang the bassist.
Right, but she was dating the guy in the neighborhoods, so that wasn't going to happen.
Like Dave Minahan?
Yeah, I think so, or somebody in the neighborhoods. This is 1984, I think. Anyway, it was
and if you
nuts.
ever have a chance to watch videos of Dave Minahan in 1984, it's pretty hilarious. It's kind of like watching Mick Jagger, but like an anorexic Mick Jagger.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like no offense to Dave, he looked great.
Yeah.
But he looked
did.
super. I mean, that's what rock stars were back then, just like gaunt.
Right.
Really like David Bowie blouse wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, he was right in there. He actually, one of my best rock and roll moments was watching the Neighborhoods do a reunion show. I think it was a reunion show at TT the Bears, and they covered Mission of Burma's "That's How I Escaped My Certain Fate," and it was phenomenal. It was so good. I'll leave it at that.
TT's is where I played my first show in Cambridge, or
really?
as like a. I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
And that was an 18+ venue.
Yeah.
And they let me in, but they didn't. They like my guitar player was 17 still.
Okay.
Like it was July 5th.
Wow.
Yeah, I just remembered because I was like, oh, cool. Like the day after, I don't know. I thought that was a good thing. It's not a good thing. If you get booked on July 5th, yeah, it's
not good.
It's not gonna work out for you.
No,
it's gonna be a bad show.
It's like a show I had Super Bowl Sunday, the night of Super Bowl Sunday. I'm like, everyone's passed out right now.
You know what I learned about that though? After, because you came here
You're right.
on Super Bowl Sunday,
Yeah.
we had a fun party here. And I usually would be, I have, as a promoter booking guy, like there's certain days that you have to like plan for way ahead of time or avoid.
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday is one of them, but I learned that the gay crowd, like gay audiences, that's the night to like put a show
when
on.
they want to. You're right, actually. I don't know why it didn't work out for us that night. But you're right.
Well, I went to see Stop Karen, and that's a LGBTQ crowd.
Okay.
It was their CD release, so it wasn't just like any normal show. It was their CD release.
Right.
But still, like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that these are funny things that like little things that make the local music scene go around.
They are. There's plenty of them too. Yeah. I think my favorite TT the Bears memories were anytime the Liars would play, I'd wind up shooting pool with Mono Man, and that was an honor.
The Liars.
I loved the Liars.
It's
LYRES, not the New York band.
Yeah, people should know that.
They should.
They should, but they probably don't.
No, exactly.
Two
kids today.
The real kids today.
Hey, another good Boston reference there.
Well, I always think of them as like sister bands.
Yeah,
the Liars and the Real Kids. I don't know
Definitely.
why, but I'm pretty sure they share some members.
Oh, they did. JJ Rassler, I think. One of the guitarists, I think, was back and forth. I forgot who. But John Felice did a stint in the Velvet Underground, right?
No, I did know. I might have known that. I'm
The
not
later
like,
Velvet Underground, yeah.
Hmm.
I think so. Am I mixing him up with someone? No,
I think that sounds on base.
Okay. Do we have any listeners yet?
There's people watching. Yeah.
3? Cool.
There's 6 people on the Spo page, and then I
Nice.
also broadcast from my like personal pages 4 there.
Very
People
nice.
will watch after too. Is there anything you want to say to the watching people? No.
I have nothing to say to them.
Nothing at all.
Sorry we're late.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's me.
Yeah.
I had to go pick up some weed. That was.
I love that you can
things.
say that on the radio, but it's not the radio, I realize. But
Yeah,
after
it's kind of like the radio.
I did radio for 16 years. You could never say that on the radio.
No, did you hear about K-Rock? Since you lived in LA, you kind of say you're from
I know
LA.
Kat Corbett's from Boston.
Yeah,
She's
I
on
don't know.
K-Rock.
I don't
Okay.
really know K-Rock that well.
I don't
I
either.
just was reading an article about K-Rock yesterday
Yeah.
and how they got rid of their morning show, which I guess was a 30-year-long standing
wow.
morning show.
I didn't see that.
And they're really trying to change the station up to bring in like some Post Malone and just different genres.
Yeah.
Which
Huh.
I think is fine. I think it's a good thing. Like
Yeah.
I worked at WAF before it closed.
Oh, that's
RIP.
right.
And Jesus, they should like the music they played there. It was just rough. It's just like
Yeah.
they could take some chance. They could stand to take
A few chances.
and
here
that's what
there,
K-Rock seemingly.
Seemingly, yeah. No, they were decent. I'm a little partial to college radio and
I love
not commercial radio. I started doing a radio show when I was 15 in Florida. I did that for 7 years. And then I moved to Boston, went to college. The only 4 years I didn't do college radio is while I was in college. So after I finished college, I started doing a show at the BC station, which had always been my favorite, greatest station in the country, I think. But anyway,
WZBC.
ZBC. I did a show there for 9 years called The Delta Factor. It was like an experimental show and did a lot of rock shows and stuff. It was fun. I think we're boring. I'm probably boring people by now. They're going to start.
No, this
tuning
is
in.
what this is. We talk about what the person is that makes the music, then they make a little
Okay.
music. But we
get personal.
I could stand to hear you play a song if you wanna.
Yeah, I could do that.
Brian did say that he is a keyboardist,
I am.
and I would not. I was like, just come in and do it raw. This is a raw kind of thing. So
Yep.
this is an abbreviated version of whatever you're about to
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, so my band is called Strange Parade. I'm going to be playing 4 or so songs from that band. The first song's from album we just put out. The first album it came out in October. And I'm only doing one. It turns out, I didn't even realize it. I'm only doing one song from the first album. The next are going to be all on the new one that is in mixing right now, and hopefully will come out at some point this year or early next year. We'll see. Yeah.
Take it away.
All right. This one's called I Fell In. I fell into a light well I couldn't look out from. It was so blinding with its premonitions bunk. There go the sight-full ones that only see to one side. Higher the pyramid climb, more perspective to find. Less you're off to one side. You came down from your point and met me halfway up. With distance and time let me take a view to just where I was, sitting under my bus, rendering me blind and deaf to all my biases. Let me see beyond what fights so hard when I see, like whatever disagrees.
So sick. Brian Cleary,
Thank you.
live here on the Spo Show, killing it.
Thank you, sir.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
You can't say that you were.
What's that?
I mean, like clearly you sit at home and you play these songs.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're practicing them.
Clearly.
You've done.
Well, not clearly, but I was trying to make a joke on my name.
Yeah. Little pun.
I practice. Yeah, I practice a little.
That was awesome.
I had to build up my callus because I've been playing more keyboards lately. So I had to play. With guitar, you got to build up some callus on your fingers. So this last week, I'm like, God, I'm gonna be playing live. So I've been working on that. So I have been practicing.
You're working out.
Working out, exactly.
That was
it's
awesome.
like my version of a workout.
Now, is that a Strange Parade?
Yeah, all
song?
these songs are Strange Parade songs.
The record looks like this.
Yes, it does.
Just if you want to look it up, I'm sure it's on maybe iTunes and
it's on all that. It's on
all the
Spotify,
things.
iTunes. You can buy the actual CD. It's the CD itself on CD Baby. I think it's on Amazon, or you can just buy the MP3s. I have download cards. I don't know if that's something.
That was for a second something that people did.
It was
You
a
could still
thing,
do
right?
it, but
Yeah.
remember is this Nimbit? CD Baby.
CD Baby.
Do you remember Nimbit?
No, I don't remember.
Nimbit was in Framingham.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were just like, that's where like Powderfinger was. You know those
Interesting.
guys?
This might have all been after so I moved from Boston in 2005, beginning in 2005.
Okay.
So anything that came before that.
That's right when I moved to Boston, pretty much.
Really? Yeah, we just miss each other.
Just
crossed paths.
cross streams, if you will. So
You're not supposed to do that, though.
I mean, it's
And
weird.
Ghostbusters, they warned us about that.
That's true.
If there was a lesson in Ghostbusters.
But if you've ever been on tour, it's like, you
you
know,
cross streams.
there's only so many
gonna
things that
happen.
you can really do to like pass the time, and one of them might be that.
Crossing stream. You mean like when you're peeing in the same toilet as
Yep.
someone else? Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it could happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've definitely
crazier
done that. I
things
mean,
have
it's
happened.
just when I had done it, it was just to say that I had done it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason I think anyone ever does that. Well, I guess efficiency.
Yeah, maybe you only have like 2 seconds, and it's like we have to pee.
We gotta
at
cross
the
streams.
same time.
We're gonna have to cross streams, dude. Let's just do this.
I feel like we're just bound to have that happen to us by accident.
Totally.
Like
totally.
we're gonna have a mission, and we'll need to save time, and we'll look at each other and we'll be like,
here it is.
now we're just gonna have.
Let's just do this.
Both have to urinate.
Yeah, at the same time. Let's just cross streams, dude.
Brian Cleary.
Brian Cleary.
You look great.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
You
look
are
great yourself. Thank you.
I look okay, but your
you look
beard is particularly well trimmed.
Thank you. I trimmed it recently.
Yeah.
I sheared it. And
What is-
I used
you sheared
I
it?
sheared it like a sheep. And my buzzer, what do you call them? Shears, I think they're called. I think that's a real thing. I think they're called shears.
Yeah.
Not just for sheep shearing, but humans. But it gives it a nice even cut.
Are you talking about using like an actual razor? Like my grandfather does that.
No.
No, but have you ever did you ever see that?
Oh, like the actual.
Yeah, like
I had it done once actually. I went to a barber and had it done just
It's
to
amazing.
experience it. Yeah, there's some kind of edgy. I think it has the same thrill that people who are really into like BDSM might get now and then. You know what I mean? You got the blade
I
right
just
in your
think
neck,
that it's
and it's
nice.
Like,
It feels good. It's,
Oh, it does. It feels great.
I don't think it's that. I just like
Well, this guy's a
he's
razor blade right in your throat. I mean, all he has to do is you're done.
I never thought that would be the case. No one's gonna kill you.
I had a murderous barber though, so I wouldn't have put it past him.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
It feels
like
good,
there's a
you're right.
lot of people that serve you in America that could kill you. A bus driver,
Easily
you know, it could kill like.
done.
But like, I guess a barber that would make
Probably
it just,
less likely than others, maybe.
Well,
you
just
know?
because it's dangerous on the road, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I used to go to this place in New York, in Union Square, and I would go every time I went to New York. I would get a shave, and I didn't even have a beard at this
Really?
point in time. I just felt, it was like I was making up for.
Were you like 12 at the time?
I was
or-
pretty young.
Yeah.
I was like 19.
Really?
You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Should have had a beard by then.
no, I didn't start growing a beard, like being able to grow a beard, until I was basically 30. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe 27.
I didn't
27.
go through puberty till I was 35, so I wouldn't feel too bad.
You mean that's when your voice became low?
Yeah, I used to sing
Really?
soprano pretty much.
Really?
Yeah, I sounded like Liz Fraser from the Cotto Twins.
Hmm.
I'm making all this up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it could have happened.
it could have, right?
People-
it was believable.
People's voices get lower as they get older.
I think mine's gotten scratchier for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, smoking and stuff. But lower, I'm not sure. Yeah, I try to write songs so I don't have to sing high anymore because.
Tune it down.
Yeah, I've had to transpose a few songs for that because you write it in a certain key, it sounds right in that key, and then you actually try to sing it with your band, and it's like, okay, I sound like Julia Childs trying to sing right now.
I've been kind of like pinpointing this reality,
Okay.
and I last night I think Bob Dylan really put it into words for me, but it's like when you write a song, you like on an acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
You are thinking of the band, like performing it sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but like basically what Bob Dylan was saying in this documentary that's on Netflix is that he didn't know if his songs, which he wrote for him to perform, would translate to the
To rock.
record.
I had the same issue with this. I had written all of my songs for the second record, almost all of them either solo piano or solo acoustic,
Yeah,
with the mind that they might live that way.
yeah,
So I got really lucky. I found an amazing drummer and an amazing guitarist and bass player. Drummer in particular was able to translate what I was doing to these, I think, pretty original, like really cool beats. He was in Brian Jonestown Massacre before that. He had just quit, and I met him at a wedding in New York, actually.
Where is Brian Jonestown from?
They're from LA.
L.A.
They're in
Okay.
Germany now, I think. But
Okay.
They're an LA band. But he was in that band forever, and then I think he had just left, and I met him at a wedding in New York for an old guitarist I played with. I was also in a band called Radar Brothers before I formed this band, kind of while I was forming this band, actually. And then before that, a band called The Movies, who formed in Boston.
But quickly moved to
yeah.
L.A.
Yes, right away. Actually, they did. I waited 5 years. I was just flying back and forth. I was basically touring and recording with them, but not playing with them in LA.
What kind of touring was this?
I mean, like really bottom of the barrel type stuff.
Although that's my deal.
We had 2 tours with Trans Am that were a blast. We had this one, it wound up being dubbed the Total Party Tour. And it was that to a T. It was crazy. And we toured through the South.
I want to know what it's like to tour at that point in time.
2003.
2000, I guess even 2003. Did you tour before that too?
Oh, yeah, the movies did, but like mini tours
Just
on the East Coast.
They're
Yeah.
like, in some ways, there's the advantage now because you have the internet. You can talk to people or find them. I would assume much more easily than you would be able to do back then.
Yeah.
But like the underground network, I think was way more present, vibrant, viable.
It was.
Just
agree.
because it's like there was no Live Nation just like
shaking over everything.
Exactly.
Ruining everything, which they've done.
They have done.
Or they've tried. They're getting there. No, touring was fun. I mean, it was somebody. Well, in the Trans Am tour, they had Flower Booking, I think, did that, and it was very pro, and that was great. But every other tour we did, pretty much, it was DIY, and we'd wind up playing it. I remember I think it was in Charlottesville, this place called the Pud House. It just wound up. We had just played a show, and the drummer we were with at the time knew somebody in town. It was basically this party. Since then, I've talked to people from Charlottesville, and they all apparently know about the Pud House. Apparently, it was this legendary venue, but it was the kind of thing you'd never play at if it was professionally booked. Mm-hmm. And those were the funnest shows. Those were always the best shows.
Just like the ones that popped up.
Thrown together, yeah, exactly.
I love that. Yeah. That's like, I don't know, for better or worse, like the show that I did with you, the venue was like, we need a show. Yeah. There's no expectations, so it's just let's just do this.
The Metro show. Yeah. That went pretty well.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. This is a weird city because sometimes it's like you can book a show 3 months out and it will be as good as like a show that you booked a month out.
Right.
But back home in Boston, like you pretty much if you book a show 3 months out, it's probably going to be a good show.
Yeah, that's pretty far in advance.
You're going to have enough time to promote that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a different game between cities, but between generations, I would just love to. I was born at the wrong time. And
I think everyone thinks that though.
No, but I
really always thought that. I wished I had been older in the 60s and 70s.
I know,
I was born in the 60s.
The dreams that I was cultivated with they're not realities anymore.
Right.
The music industry that MTV that I grew up with, like this is just not a thing.
Right.
So I've been working on how to legitimately time travel.
Yeah.
Like how could I go back and
I think we're getting there. I think the technology is probably going to get there
soon.
I hope so.
Well,
because I want to get the hell out of this time.
Would you play another tune, Brian?
I'd love to. This one's a long one, by the way, so bear with me.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I should not do this without. I usually play this with pedals and have all kinds of effects going, but let's just give it a whirl. Why the hell not? All right, live on the edge a little. I'm gonna put this one out to. I'll put this one out to the movies. Just because they're probably not listening.
Maybe they will someday.
We're just talking about them, yeah. By the way, for your Boston listeners, the movies are what came out of the Vehicle Birth. The Vehicle Birth actually they got second place in the Rumble at Boston one year.
Oh, the Rumble?
The Rumble, remember the Rumble?
It's still a thing.
Winning was a curse. If you won, that meant you were going to get dropped from your label after 2 months or whatever. So if you got second, that was a good thing. But then they broke up on tour actually after that. So
there's I think the Dresden Dolls are the only band that actually.
Yeah. They won the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
And they still
became the Dresden Dolls.
They broke the curse.
They defied the curse. I don't know if they broke it.
Was that the same year as the Red Sox winning?
No, that was I think they won in 2003.
The year before.
Yeah, it was a rough year.
Maybe they busted it open for the Sox to break.
Maybe so. They broke the seal.
Bambino, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I have more to say on that, but
okay.
We'll see if we get to it.
We played a Great Scott the night they turned it around on the Yankees.
Oh,
the
really?
The next band couldn't go on for a half hour because everyone was at the front of the bar glued to the set. Because this just never happens.
And Great Scott used to be a like sports bar at that point in time.
They had bands too, though. I mean, they were just starting to become more of a venue. It was less of a BC bar, basically, over the years.
R.I.P. to Great Scott.
I know. Yeah. What can you do?
Brian Cleary, live here on the Spo Show.
blood it flows, carries sorrows, and holds all your life to tomorrows. It looks so hard to find someone you don't mind to disappoint you again this time. The target moves, all the while proves box you Jones too small for you. And faces form from times we face, and what time pains we cannot wipe away. His conscience tears lines in your face. The wisdom forms or it crumbles away. Penny said she prayed today for the sky to lift and blow away. And here the moment comes, needless and done.
Brian Cleary, live here on the Spo Show. Spo Show.
Spo Show.
Dude, that was awesome.
Thank you.
I love it.
It was supposed to be.
Supposed to be what? Oh, it's supposed to be good.
Spo.
Yeah, no, I
You
got that, but
I thought it was
it's supposed to be what though?
Good.
It's supposed to be good.
I,
Yeah.
that was the idea. I was trying to make it good.
I feel like you achieved greatness.
Thank you. Thank you. I can tell you right now, like a lot of these, it's 20 times better with the band. But
Well,
I
but
gotta get
when
them
is
out
that
here.
gonna like?
I know, I
You
gotta
gotta
get
get
'em
them
out here.
here, but then there needs to be like an ability to have like shows.
Yeah.
We could have them in here, but I don't know if that's worth like
Who knows?
coming out to Salt Lake for. It is for your awesome house if they all stayed at your house.
That would be cool. No, I'm trying to get them excited about coming out for that because there's room for them.
It's hard to get excited for coming to Salt Lake City, but once
Yes.
you're here,
It's great.
when you were in LA and you're like, all right, I'm moving to Salt Lake. How did you feel? Do you remember?
I've never been here in my life. I came here sight unseen.
You
Moved
just
here.
showed up. What?
Yeah. It was a good opportunity. I was kind of ready in some ways. I could get into it all, but I won't. It's boring. But yeah, I got the job, and that they moved me out here, and it was
You just took
I
a
was
flight
ready for a
out here.
change. Yeah, I did that years ago in San Francisco. Also, I moved up there for 2 years for a job.
Yeah,
just
but
to
San
check it
Fran
out.
has like there's things in San Fran that that
There's
you
things
know
in
about.
San Francisco.
There's like the
Yeah.
Giants and
Yeah,
Haight
yeah.
Ashbury
True.
and the Golden Gate Bridge and I don't know. There's just
know.
things that you can are gonna be like a
Really overpriced, basically.
Oh god,
Yeah,
San Fran's
I
not as
didn't
bad
love
as
it.
like Seattle though.
I didn't love it. I didn't love San Francisco.
No, I
Sorry.
don't like San Fran at all.
I didn't like it.
I'm sorry to Noah, my dude Noah, but San Fran's not my deal.
Sorry, Phil, if you're listening.
I don't know if I'm an
Anyone else
East
out there?
Coast or West Coast person. I know I'm from the East Coast,
Yeah,
and I
that's
have that like
problem.
demeanor,
Yeah.
but like I'm not sure that I like the East Coast more. Like I like it. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
good, but
There's a difference. for
yeah,
sure.
and it's like the pace. Even just like today, I'm being such a pussy today. I'm like, oh, things are so hard. I have to like do a lot of things. But it's really just that like I'm getting back to the pace that I was in here.
Right.
But imagine if I had to get back into like the Boston pace.
I can't imagine getting back into that. I go there a lot for vacation. All my family are there. And
Yeah.
I love them and I want to see them and I miss them. And when I go there, I get nostalgic because I grew up there originally and then lived in Florida for 13 years. But I was going to Cape Cod every summer and all that. And,
Yeah.
divorced parents back and forth. And then I moved back there in 1990. And I was there for 13 years. I never got used to the cold. Florida thinned my blood.
It's not
Like,
easy to get used to.
I never got used
The
to it
weather.
again. Yeah, I never adapted. And then, I grew up always thinking I'd love it if I had, like, ideally I'd have the day life I have in Florida, surfing, water skiing, and all that.
Yeah.
And the nightlife in Boston, and culture that I had in Boston,
Yeah.
the bands and everything. LA was kind of the logical
The happy
thing.
medium.
Yeah, and I'd never been there. Oh, no, that's not true. I'd
So
been
does that
there.
mean that you like to surf?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What is it about surfing that? Because I just like, I don't like water, sharks. Like Jaws did it for me. Yeah.
It's funny. I saw that the summer it came out and didn't go in. I was one of those kids that did not go swimming the rest of the
Yeah.
summer. And it was the beginning of the summer. Like, who does that to a kid?
That's really
Our
cool.
babysitter brought us there, and then she told us even scarier real shark stories that night
Uh-huh.
after watching them. So of course I didn't sleep that night.
Well, and there are sharks, off the
Yeah.
water.
Well, and it so happens in the last year or so, Buzzards Bay, which is where I was, is now just infested. With
Yeah.
shark, like awful with sharks. Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with that. I don't like jellyfish. I don't want that.
I don't want none of that.
I don't
no.
want to step into something that I don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah.
I don't know. I also like, all right, I'll go in the water if it's teal.
If it's teal,
it's
and you
teal.
can see to the bottom. And
Yeah,
it's
like
yeah.
it-
Or you
and,
probably
like-
don't want to see to the bottom. Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
they say I love that dirty water, but like I actually
You don't like the
I'm
dirty
not
water.
really not so much into it. I like the
Yeah.
idea that there's water there.
You should write a song like "I'm not that into the dirty water."
Yeah.
Or something.
I like the
downplay
idea that the
whole-
water's there, but I'm not really.
I'm not that
dirty
into
water.
it. That dirty water, Boston, you're my home. Yeah, I was a fish as a kid, and I loved surfing. But yeah, there's risks, of course. I remember coming up under, duck diving under a wave and coming up and having a Portuguese man o' war wrapped around my face. That was painful.
I mean,
it was
what the
not
hell is
fun.
was that like
Portuguese man o' war?
Yeah, it's like a devil ray.
It's like a jellyfish but worse. It's like there's blue bubbles and there's tentacles. You see them all over the beaches.
No, I don't go to the beaches. I don't like.
You don't even go near the water.
No, I mean, I'll go to like Wingashik and go to like smoke weed at the beach because it is nice.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's like
Not nice.
It's like the beach is awesome. I just don't want to go in
The water.
too far.
Yeah, I got you.
Like above my.
Yeah.
Like if my shins are getting wet, then.
Right. Maybe this
know.
summer we should look into getting you a kiddie pool. I think that would be
Really?
a good, just
That
break you into the
start.
whole. Yeah, get through your fears. Kind
Yeah,
of.
it's not a fear. It's a preference. You know, I just like don't.
Hey man, however you want to spin it,
No,
that's cool.
no. I'm not like I'll do stupid shit that I should be fearful of, but like I'm just saying.
Not that.
No, it's not. It's not a fear of a shark. It's not like, oh no, I'm afraid of the sharks. It's like
I am.
I'm not gonna put myself in danger.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I just feel like that's not a good.
Not a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of heroic though if you got eaten by a shark.
I hate the word heroic. I just it's such a.
Our heroes. You're our heroes. Our American heroes on the front lines. Anyway.
It's I don't know. It's just I just feel like they're like hero for me is Superman.
Yeah.
You know?
That's like the word. I had a friend that hated the overuse of the word great. It's
Okay,
like
that's
Alexander the Great bringing the elephants over the mountains, whatever. That's great. Mm-hmm. Like some guy playing a song. That's not great. Like greatness is a thing reserved for actual.
We were talking
Catherine
about
the
this
Great
on the
or-
scene stream on Monday. It's like the English language has so many words for negative things, but
Yes.
not really a lot of words
Not
for
as many
positive.
That's interesting.
So
Yeah.
I think what I'm saying, it's not that I don't like, or I'm trying to make some political statement about like the word hero. I just think that we could have a better word for like these frontline workers, or like I don't know. A hero to me is like
hero's different.
it's like Zeus.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
They
a
may be
hero's
doing something
fantastical.
heroic, but it doesn't necessarily make one a hero in my book. Anyway.
I think that the what the people do that go to war is heroic.
Yeah.
At least the people who are like actually fight in war. That's ridiculous.
Right.
The shit that I see in like Black Hawk Down,
Yeah.
like, fuck that. But like, I don't know, and the people who are dealing with this crisis. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll give it to
there's
them.
a lot to be
But
said. Absolutely.
If you
Hats off to
save
them.
a child out of the water, is that heroic? I mean, I guess
If there's a shark in the
it
water.
is pretty heroic.
if there's
actually.
a shark coming at the kid,
Yeah,
it's
that-
very heroic.
But isn't that just something like,
Or a jellyfish.
I don't know, I just think there should be another word.
Yeah,
that's
no,
more like,
I go. I'll go along with that.
like practical.
Because when you start throwing heroic around like it's nothing, then when actual heroism
I think it's heroism.
occurs, it sort of
Heroism?
downplays that accomplishment.
Like
it's
if
like-
you lift a car up,
Yeah.
you know, like you get like superhuman strength because like you have to. Like that's heroic.
You haven't really saved anyone though.
I know,
If you
but
lift a car off an old lady,
to say you have to save one to be heroic.
I don't know. There has to be a selflessness. It has to be an act of selflessness. That's more of an act of look at how strong I am.
Yeah. Well, that's
So
what I was
I
saying.
wouldn't-
It's like you're like child's underneath the car. You're like, the only thing I can do is.
That's heroic.
And then you
Yeah,
lift the car
that's
up.
definitely.
The only thing I know for sure is that I'm not a hero.
I'm not a hero.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
far from a hero.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I have so many opinions on it.
Maybe.
We should ask an actual hero. and
Ask
see-
a hero.
Yeah.
We have a webinar. Ask a hero.
I have this idea for a let's do some music after this stupid joke.
Cool.
I have this idea for a website that's called talktoyourmom.com. I'm amazing at talking to other people's mothers.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the guy that mothers loved.
Well,
when
no.
their friends brought 'em over.
What I'm saying is like you give me your phone and I'll
Yeah.
talk to your mom for you.
Really?
As if it's you.
Really?
Yeah, because what happens, I think, is that, you know, family systems, like I develop a relationship with my mom and I'm like, oh, I can't text that because then she'll think this.
Right.
And it's like, no.
Tell
No.
your mom.
Yeah, just
Tell her.
just say it.
Yeah.
Because, and I mean, I do this too with my mother. But if there's someone else texting your mom, then they can say the appropriate thing with the right sentiment. You know, like so I talk to my girlfriend's mother sometime, and like she'll respond completely differently.
Really?
It's insane.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I should be making at
Mom
least
jokes?
a million. Well, this is a mom. This is a very
It's
long.
kind of a long mom joke.
It's a sad mom joke. Happy Mother's Day. Moms are heroes.
They're all heroes.
Thanks for the push, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. I have 3 actually, but let's not get into that. Anyway, yeah. So how much time do we have? I guess is it
Well, play another song. We'll
one more? Because I have 2 more on the list. I gotta decide if I gotta decide which one.
We'll do both of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's do this one.
We'll do this one
here,
first.
and then we'll scat a little more, and
Okay.
then
And then I'll do a closer.
exactly.
And the closer's a quickie. It's like a 3.5 minute song. It's quick for me.
Quick for me is way quicker than that.
I know. I realize you're
Yeah.
in the old days. Yeah, I was in punk bands and all that. Yeah, but now it's like 3.5 minutes is a short song, as you saw from that last song.
Yeah.
Which is much better with a band. I did mention that.
That remains to be seen. It was great as it was.
Thank you.
Brian Cleary, live here on the Spo Show.
All right, good to be here. This is a song I wrote back 4, 5, 6 years ago, I think, actually, for a friend, Amelia. Wish I could spend this time trying to change your mind from where all facades came undone. From this, from something we'll always run. Fortunate and so glad. At least at the times we had. Maybe I could have done something more, but we can't change the way things were. Amy, are you there? Amy, are you still there? And did you feel everybody's care? Did you really end it? Often we take our time as the hard words run and high, and then as the Christmas sun beat down, I did wanna reach you somehow, and there's only a chance to say words like moments slip away. And you sighed, and the sadness filled your stare. And the words just couldn't find the air. Amy, are you still there? And Amy, are you there? And did you feel everybody's care? Did you really end it there? Amy, are you still there? And Amy, are you there?
Brian Cleary.
Hello.
That was perfect.
Oh, stop.
That's just
Thank
what
you.
everyone needed.
Thank you.
Everyone's all better now.
Really?
No one has any problems anymore.
No one's.
It's just
Are you sure?
completely healed.
I thought it would be. I don't know.
You thought it'd be better than this?
No, I thought that they might be suicidal by now.
No.
That's good though. That's good news.
Completely.
Everyone's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Are you getting little smiley faces on the Facebook thing?
Unemployment just came in for everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's.
Did the economy just go through the roof?
You know what? Money's not real anymore. Donald Trump just said it.
Really?
Yeah, he heard that song.
He was like, money's not real.
He's like, the thing about. I don't know. I can't do it all. I'm not gonna. So is that on this record?
No, that's on the new one. Only the first song, unfortunately, is on that record.
Okay.
I like the record. I mean, it's, I think it's good, but I wrote most of those songs on keyboard. Some I did on guitar, but they're the kind of guitar songs, you see someone play solo sometimes, and it's like, yeah, that song really needs the band.
Yeah.
You've never even heard it with a band. You can just tell it's written for
I don't know,
that.
man. I like the stripped down. It sounds
Oh,
good.
I love it.
You're killing
but
it.
Those songs are mostly keyboard written, and the ones that are guitar written are more bandy. Whereas this next album, like I was saying earlier, it was written with
a
it
guitar.
possibly being solo in mind, and more so on the guitar than keyboards. Yeah, this mic is not so excited.
I am going to play some of at least maybe 2 songs off the record,
Okay,
like to close the show.
very
So
cool.
you can't hide.
I can't hide.
You know
No.
what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
are gonna hear.
They're gonna hear it.
And once they hear it and they learn that you playing acoustic is better, then they're gonna call you a liar.
That's
So,
fine with me. But the new record, that's gonna
How is that possible?
have that song I just played.
But like was it made before you moved here?
The new record, right before we
Okay.
recorded it in the house I had in LA. I was renting. Did it ourselves. Guitarist brought over his gear, and it was last summer we recorded it. And of course, the world has changed a lot since then. I moved to Salt Lake City. Blah blah blah. It's in mixing right now. Dave Trumpio from King Size is doing it, and we're still in round 1, I think, of the mixing. I'm hoping it'll be done soon. I have rough mixes of it. I'll play them for you sometime. But,
Okay. When we're hanging out.
when we're like chilling like villains.
I noticed that I was excited to talk to you about this, like in actuality, not necessarily on radio.
Okay.
But now we're here, and you seem. I think you like the Beach Boys. Yeah. And I recently watched. Is it like Love and Mercy?
Oh, that's right, with John Cusack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dude, I don't know. I feel like it's less John.
Paul Giamatti.
No, yeah, he's in it. But I don't know, the dude from Little Miss Sunshine who plays Brian Wilson as like a younger Brian Wilson.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's really good.
And I think that because John Cusack is just like John Cusack more.
He's
like,
pretty much John Cusack. There's no way around it.
He's just that. I don't know. He doesn't
Yeah.
translate to Brian Wilson for me.
He didn't either for me.
But
I didn't get why he was cast for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, but I did not get why it was. Was it Paul Giamatti or am I mixing it up?
Paul Giamatti's
He was
in
the
it.
shrink, right? Yeah.
Or he's like he's
The
kind of like
corrupt
his
shrink guy.
handler.
Yeah. Okay.
What should I know
Disturbing.
about the Beach Boys?
Okay, here's what you can know.
Because I'm kind of getting into
People are only mostly familiar with pre-Pet Sounds and
Okay.
Pet Sounds, right?
Yeah.
Which I love. I love Today. One of my favorite songs of all time is "Don't Worry, Baby." I grew up with it. I
It's
love
amazing.
It. Such a beautiful melody.
like when can you put the phrase right after the phrase in the chorus these days?
the phrase right after
Like it's
the
like
phrase.
don't worry, baby, don't worry.
Oh, yeah,
It's just like
yeah,
don't
yeah.
worry, baby, like over and over.
It's
and
like a loop. almost.
Amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful melody. But I'd say what's worth knowing is what a lot of people don't realize is they put out some great stuff after Pet Sounds.
Like Smile?
No.
Because
I
that
actually
never
don't.
did come
I
out.
am
but-
not that impressed with Smile. I was
Okay.
really disappointed. I had my hopes up really high for that record.
Uh-huh.
And when it came out, I was like, there's been a lot of different releases of it. I just don't think it's his best work.
Yeah.
Um,
So do you agree with, because like in the movie, the brothers are hating on Pet Sounds and Smile.
Oh yeah.
They're like, this is.
I don't agree. No, I love Pet Sounds.
Yeah.
Absolute masterpiece. Smile. Some songs, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I think Good Vibrations was written for
Smile. It was definitely.
Genius. A
It was
masterpiece. Yeah.
From what I had read, it was recorded around the same time as Pet Sounds, but
Okay.
like, obviously put out after Pet Sounds.
Right. And then there were several different releases and stripped down releases, and yeah, it was kind of a mess. But Surf's Up is a genius out. Next time you come over, remind me to I'll throw on. I made a post Pet Sounds Beach Boys mix.
Yeah.
A few summers ago that took up almost my whole summer because I was just discovering all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was like new to me. Holland has some great songs. Surf's Up. One of my favorites is Sunflower. That's a beautiful record.
I didn't even know they came out with music after Pet Sounds.
And Brian Wilson's still involved for the most part.
Yeah.
And still writing. Surf's Up, he writes the title cut, which is just one of his best songs.
But the other brothers were writing.
They were writing as well. Carl,
okay.
I'm not a big Mike Love fan at all.
The movie
Can't
does
stand
not
him,
really
actually.
portray that very well.
Yeah.
It seems like Brian Wilson's the only dude who writes in the band.
Yeah, well, at that point, I think that was the case.
Oh, okay.
Carl Wilson and Dennis Wilson, amazing songwriters, actually. Dennis did a great album called Pacific Ocean Blue.
Like a
before
solo
he drowned.
record?
Yeah.
He drowned?
One of the best, yeah.
Come
For
on.
Beach Boy, right?
That's ridiculous.
I know. It's like
That's
written. It was like someone wrote it that way.
That's.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say the reason I'm fearful of water is because it kills you. Like,
Ask Dennis Wilson.
yeah, or literally
You
anyone
can't,
who's
yeah.
died from drowning
Yeah.
in water. Yeah,
Just ask them all, and they'll tell you.
it's
It's scary. My biggest fear of is being buried alive. Like I do not want to go that way. And I just saw
really.
an episode of Blacklist the other night where this woman is buried alive, and I almost had to turn it off. I just can't.
You can't do that one.
It's a terrible.
That's like my
way to go.
favorite. What's the writer? He did like the Telltale Heart and.
Oh, not Cormac McCarthy.
It's just like
Shit, I can't
Poe,
think of it.
right? Is it Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, Telltale Heart, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I think of something else. Yeah, Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe has this. It's called The Premature Burial.
Okay.
It's a short story, and all it is just like
Oh.
a dude that has been buried too early.
Right. He's not dead yet.
He's not dead yet,
Yeah.
and you're just like, it's a memoir from that, and it's like, what?
I'm getting shivers.
I maybe that story like made me come to terms with it.
Okay, maybe.
Like,
Might
don't
have helped you through it.
bury me alive. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I'm like asking you to do that, but I'm just saying like
I can.
I'm just saying like don't.
Okay.
But
won't.
but if it happens, I think I'm mentally prepared for it.
Really?
Well,
I'm not.
between that and Kill Bill too.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that
Yeah.
scene. You're right.
Or is that too? Yeah.
There's a
only
lot
two?
of scenes, and they'll do it like the POV. I've seen that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Where from the dead, the person that's still alive, and where the dirt's like falling on their face.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
But you
I
can't.
can't watch it.
It is messed up because like, have you ever seen Party Down? Which is it's an LA based like concept.
I don't think I have.
Party Down is on
Ring a bell.
Hulu,
Okay.
and it's about like caterers, like all failed
Oh,
actors.
it's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've seen it. I've
And
seen it.
there's
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
episode that
Good show.
this dude, he like is smoking weed in a coffin, and then the thing closes, and he's just like, smoke is piling up as.
That's awesome.
But you can't get out of a coffin.
My grandfather had a funeral home in Roslindale, F.J. Higgins Funeral Home.
Okay.
We grew up. My mother grew up in a funeral home, like upstairs of the funeral home.
Yeah.
So when we were kids, they'd be there for somebody's funeral. Whatever. We'd all go down to the basement where the stiffs were, and my uncle.
This is why you're fucked up about
Exactly.
this.
No, it's totally why I'm fucked up. But we dare each other to go into the room where the stiffs were and like touch the dead body or whatever. It was crazy.
Did you see any ghosts?
Never did.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Well, here's the thing. I live right across the street from an enormous graveyard now.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, catty corner, not right across the street.
Yeah.
I'm not insane, okay? Catty corner.
I mean, it's just a cemetery.
No, it's not. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, but my next door neighbor, who's not somebody I'd ever think believes in ghosts, he's seen this lady in white. He said 3:00 in the morning both times. He saw her going
Are you talking about the guy
into
that
and across
lives
the graveyard.
to the left of you?
Yes, I think
That
you met
guy
him.
is weird. I mean, I don't know.
He's listening.
He's listening.
Yeah, he's
okay,
awesome.
I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna. All right. Well, I'm
He's
gonna say
awesome.
I'm gonna say it.
No, he's
I'll
great.
I'll have a conversation with him. I came over one time.
Yeah.
And there was a attractive, a little older woman. She was doing the lawn.
Wait, you
and
talking
he
about facing the house to the left?
well, yeah. Imagine you walk out of your house, take a left,
Okay.
and there's a dude just.
Oh, okay.
He's in a lawn chair, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
watching this woman.
And she's talking his ear off.
No, she wasn't talking. She was. It was just as if it was like the 50s all over, like an old guy just being like, "Yeah, like the way that you do the lawn, woman." And I'm just like, "What? Where
No, he
are we?"
wasn't.
No,
Stop
he didn't
it.
do that. But in my head,
That's where you went.
that's what I like. I just.
No, he's the best. He's the best. He's his great grandfather invented the hamburger in Italy.
Okay.
And brought it to the World's Fair here and traveled it around. It was Savoni's world famous hamburgers. And he has a cart in Salt Lake City. Now he doesn't, of course, because no one has carts.
What do you mean they have like?
Are
what
there
the-
food carts going on
Not
right now?
yeah, there's like the Mexican ones.
Right
and the-
now?
Yeah.
With the COVID?
Have you? Oh yes.
Really?
Yeah, the Mexican food carts are.
Wow. Okay.
I almost stopped at one yesterday, but then I was like, maybe not during COVID. I don't know. I agree. I'm just saying they're
that's,
there.
That's okay. Safer than probably a restaurant where you have circulating air, maybe.
Yeah.
Or not.
So, I don't. Have you not gone to these Mexican food carts?
Not in Salt Lake. I mean, I
Oh,
lived
no.
off them. In LA, I lived off them.
I know,
I
but
have
how
not
much are
been to
they
any
in
here.
LA?
They're cheap as.
Like $1 a
Oh
taco?
yeah, $1.50.
Oh, my God.
$1.50.
That's
and
amazing.
they're amazing. No,
Yeah.
they're the best Mexican food in LA is at the
I know.
carts,
The
right?
best Mexican here is at those
carts.
carts.
Yeah, they tend to have the
I
best.
mean-
There's something about it.
Yeah, it is because they're like just cooking.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
you don't have to like it doesn't get rotty or whatever.
right. It's not sitting in a freezer forever or
But
whatever.
back to this
Yeah.
neighbor that I've made an
Right.
enemy of. Sorry,
Maybe not.
Jim, but
Nick.
sorry, Nick. We'll have to meet officially. But so he looks up to this cemetery and he sees this ghost that.
At 3 a.m, yeah, and it was 3 o'clock, but I haven't seen it yet.
Uh-huh.
But when I first moved in, he told me like, I had just met him. I had just met this guy, and he's like, you know why less people moved out? Don't you? He's from Texas, so I gotta throw in a little southern accent. Yeah, you know why less people moved out?
move out.
And I was like, no. He's like, well, the place is haunted. You know that, right?
Wait, your place?
Well, this is what he was telling me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Yeah. So
He's like, yeah, the whole neighborhood knows it. He's like, yeah, the place is definitely haunted. I mean, it looks haunted, right?
Yeah.
And it's an old Queen.
Well, it looks haunted
1892
because of the fucking railway that people are gonna fall off of.
railway.
That or the
Oh,
banister.
the upstairs banister.
Yeah.
Well, what about the red hell window? It's like a stained glass window, but it's all red. Because I guess when the Mormons first came here, they loved stained glass, but they couldn't afford like real stained glass design.
Yeah.
So they would just get these sort of stained glassy windows and paint them red.
Okay.
That's what I have in my house, basically. It's pretty cool.
So your house is haunted.
Well, so he and then he tells me the guy before the last tenants hung himself in the house.
What the fuck? Get out of there.
And he said, and there was 2 tenants before that a guy had shot himself in the backyard. And I'm sitting there listening to this because I kind of believe in ghosts. I'll admit it. I'm sitting there and I'm turning white as a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you serious? And the last tenants did seem like they were in a rush to get out of there. And they were breaking their lease. So it all made sense. And I look at him. I'm like, are you serious? And I look at him. He's like, I'm just fucking with you. But now I wonder. I kind of wonder if he really was fucking.
Well, you know, Gacy was he lived in the Avenues.
What?
John Wayne Gacy. I think it's John Wayne Gacy.
Seriously?
There was one of like the I think it was it maybe it was Bundy or Gacy lived here in Salt Lake and he lived in the Avenues.
That's where I am.
Salt Lake. Sorry to
He's
out
gonna
your
look it up online.
murderer.
Right now, folks. He's typing it in.
Um.
He's coming across all kinds of serial murder porn, I'm sure.
Well, there's another guy that comes up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but not.
Not me, I hope.
Well, because it was like, I think it was Gacy. It was a serial killer that was more prolific.
Okay.
You know, he didn't just live in Salt Lake.
Dahmer?
Oh, I don't think so.
It's probably Gacy. You're probably right.
Yeah. But anyways,
can't
maybe
remember.
you live in his house.
It's very possible. And it's not like the people renting
Yeah, it
are
was
going to be
John
like, hey,
Wayne
John
Gacy.
Wayne Gacy lived here. You know, that's not exactly a selling
Now,
point.
people don't say that. But I don't know. Some people, like Salem, people in Salem love that shit.
They're into that, yeah.
They'll be
that's
like,
true.
They'll move somewhere because of that.
Because of that. That's true. I'm not that goth. I was pretty goth-y growing up, musically at least. I never dressed the part. I did have a Joy Division T-shirt in 1983 as a teenager.
That's
and I'm very
fine.
proud of that. The one that everyone's wearing,
The
like
black
fashion
one.
Yeah, they've never even heard Joy Division, but they have the Joy Division T-shirt.
Thanks to you, I have.
Yeah, right. What do you mean, thanks to me?
I had never. That's why I took that CD. I was like, I've heard Joy Division,
but you hadn't
like sat down and listened to Joy Division.
And that was like the raw BBC sessions, I think. Right?
Yeah, it was. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty raw.
Not fleshed out.
It's pretty John Peel. Yeah.
Well,
that's what it was.
I feel like we could go on for hours, and I'm sure we will.
Could, yeah.
But would you grace us with a final song, and we'll play some songs off this self-titled record, Strange
Surely.
Parade.
Surely.
Brian Cleary, of the movies, of Strange Parade, of L.A., Florida,
Locals
Boston.
only. Can't leave out Locals
That
only.
was your
my
radio
first,
show?
That was my first band in Florida.
Oh, really?
Surf new wave band. But we covered Gang of Four, which was cool. And Radar Brothers, one of my favorite bands of all time, that I had the honor of playing with for a few years. So this is a song off the upcoming album. This one's called The Watchers. Better places, better friends always lived in your head, serving time in your world, greener grass, brighter pearls. Always one foot in that scene with that laugh at your jokes, cry for you in your dreams, first your nights in your me and the watchers live in your head. First lights to the sound of your death. Now you recall a better you when they're clouds and adore everything that you do. Now no one's judging you so alone. What to do as the watchers live in your head. TV's off and they've all gone to rest, and the watchers still live in your head. Turn them on, laugh along to your death. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, people. Thank you all for coming.
Brian Cleary.
All five of you. How many we got now? Like 6 or 7.
So many.
So many.
It's just,
you can't even count.
They never taught me.
It's like all the people that came to Trump's inauguration. You couldn't even count all the people out there.
Would you play at his inauguration if you were given money and the No, you wouldn't do it.
No.
Why not?
Well, maybe if I had the opportunity to get up on the mic and
say something.
say some shit. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. You know, it's a weird thing. Cause
It
like
is a weird thing.
that's
It's a weird thing.
that's an opportunity, right?
It would be an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe a missed opportunity if you didn't do it.
But I mean, I guess the question is like, would you open up for Hitler?
Right.
You know, like
open up for
no.
Hitler?
I mean,
he's headlining and you're like the opening band.
yeah.
I don't think so.
No. You can't. The answer is no to that.
No one's gonna slam dance to your stuff if they're there to see Hitler.
No.
You know, no one's gonna like.
You don't want to be in that.
I would
on
never.
That bill.
Yeah, no. You just don't want to be associated in any way, shape, or form.
Maybe Abraham Hitler, or what is it? Adolf Lincoln, Adolf Linkler. Do you watch Rick and Morty at all?
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was actually signed off on the largest genocide in U.S. history?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was at Bended Knee or Wounded Knee, I think, or no, I can't remember. Anyway.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm just throwing out a fact. That's all. But in any case, what were we just talking about?
This fucked up country.
Right.
The music scene that is, you know.
That is us.
This at the moment. Actually, once you turn on from this, my dude Lee Nekritz is doing a live stream. I'll share it. You should watch it.
Oh, cool.
He's killing it.
I'll check it out.
I'm not saying you personally, because you'll probably.
You're talking to your listeners.
The world should watch this. Lee Ross Nekritz.
Okay.
I use pronouns very loosely, so it's. Yeah. I don't know.
That's okay. That's fine.
I'm a confusing.
I'm not judging. Yeah.
It's okay. If you do judge it, I understand.
We all have our pronoun misuses, David. Don't feel bad. It's gonna be okay.
So you do have a band that's called Strange Parade, and a record is coming out soon. Does it have a name?
Well, no. The first record's out.
Yeah, but
that came out in October. But the next record does not have a name yet.
No.
I haven't named it yet. I was thinking about calling it Girly Shoes.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a play on girl issues.
Oh.
And it's also a Turkish word that I forgot what it means. It sounds a lot like I had Turkish friends in Boston. There's a lot of Turkish.
Yeah.
And whenever they would say girly shoes, I'd be like, or girly shoes or whatever they'd say, I'd be like, girly shoes? You know, I'd get all excited because I understood something. Mm-hmm. They're like, they'd laugh. You know,
Turkish people are pretty, you know, they might not express their emotions as far as their female issues.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I don't.
Yeah, no.
Usually a little more
not.
closed-lipped about
that, yeah.
Maybe I'm being prejudiced, but
no, it's probably true.
I have.
I'll talk about my girl problems all day long.
Really?
No, not really.
No?
I used to. Yeah. I had a problem for a while. I did.
I don't know if I'm as willing to talk about
girl issues. Yeah.
Well, because it's like that's the thing that is tough about being a musician and being in a relationship. You can't like write songs about how you're like not satisfied.
Right.
Because
it's not sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not sexy.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. That's just not gonna like help your relationship.
It might be why that first CD sold like 12 copies. No, I'm just kidding.
Because you were in a relationship and
I was writing about the girl issues, girly shoes.
See, the thing is you have to have like a huge fan base for that.
Yeah.
You know, then you can lean on.
Well, I'm not in a relationship now, so maybe the third album will be about like other issues.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe you have like a ghost in your house and it's just about like all the
There's
problems.
a ghost in my house. It's a classic song, a British song by Ardeen Taylor covered by The Fall. I could be the third guy to cover it. Just saying. That's an issue.
If you know that you're the third, three's
a magic number, right?
Yeah. You should go for
De
that.
La Soul. Did you catch that reference?
No.
3, the magic number?
I don't know. One's the loneliest number. I know that song.
Oh, okay. Harry Nilsson.
So, this record, which is self-titled, the first record.
Yep. No, it's called Between Us All, actually.
Oh, it is? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I only put it on the spine, I think.
Oh.
Just to be weird.
Well, I guess it's there.
There it is.
I'm gonna play 2 songs off this.
Cool. What are you gonna play?
To finish the show. Well, that's what I want to ask you. What should I play?
Hand me the. What should he play?
You have to catch it.
Yeah.
This is
fun.
It's a
CD Frisbee.
Bro.
CD Frisbee. I need my glasses. I would say, since I played Smoking Gun, let's play or no, I played I Fell In. Let's play Smoking Gun and or Under. I think those would be two good places to.
I'm going to start with Under because that's the first track.
The first one, it's the obvious choice, right?
Off the record, and then we'll go to Smoking Gun.
Super.
This has been the Spo Show.
It's been fun.
I've had Brian Cleary with me. Where do people find you on the internet?
So StrangeParadeOfficial.com is our website. And then I also
I'm
have
on Strange Parade 1, the number 1.bandcamp.com.
Oh, okay. Is that us? Does it look like the same album?
It's
That's another place to find us. I have a solo project called Very that I used to open for the Vehicle Birth in Boston with. And remember the Deep Heaven Festival?
No.
Okay.
Wait, Deep Heaven.
Yeah, I do. It went for a few years. Joe Turner.
Yeah, I know Joe.
You know Joe?
Yes, and the Seventh Levels. That was his band.
Okay.
Eventually, Joe Turner and the Seventh
Yeah,
Levels.
Abu Nai, I think, was the band. Or no, what was his band back then? Abu Nai was Chris Thompson. And Joe, I think. My memory sucks. But anyway, what was I talking about?
We're talking about.
I was talking about something really important.
I don't even
Not
know.
really. Let's just go to the song.
Oh, we're talking about
where I am
on
the web.
internet,
Yes, StrangeParadeOfficial.com is good. We're on Facebook too, of course. Instagram is Strange Parade. I think it's just Strange_Parade on Instagram.
Okay.
Something like that.
I'm gonna tag you because I took a photo of you while you were playing. Yeah. Yeah, I did that.
We'll see if it comes out, because if I'm a ghost, it won't.
Well, I don't think you're a ghost. I think you just. Well, just to clarify this ghost situation, because this is the shit that interests me.
I think it needs to be clarified.
Your house is not haunted, but your neighbor does in fact see.
He sees a ghost going across the street.
Are you sure
cemetery.
he's not lying about that?
No, he swears by this one. Because
Okay.
that was my first reaction. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, dude, it's too late. You've already spoiled that.
Yeah.
You know? But no, he swears by it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
I think we should.
Meet up at 3 a.m. and check it out.
100%.
Verify.
Just,
yeah.
Smoke a joint and. I mean, I can do that. You can do whatever you want. That's what I need to.
Yeah, I prefer Advil.
Advil.
Yeah, really into it. Totally into it. The back issues.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I think that's fun. Like, what else are we doing
at 3 a.m.
or
sleeping
just in the world right now to look forward to?
Yeah, exactly. We have nothing to look forward to right now other than this thing being over.
Yeah.
You know.
And why not just like check out if there's my girlfriend Pepper, she is very into tarot.
Oh, cool.
So
I have some friends into that.
We could do like a reading.
Oh, that would be fun.
We could figure out.
Could we get a Ouija board?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's do it. Let's have a scary night. We'll watch like The Omen, and I have 3 favorites. I'm a total 70s horror movie buff.
Okay.
The Omen, The Sentinel will scare your pants off. And there's another one I love called Burnt Offerings with Betty Davis and Oliver Reed and Karen Black. I think
these seem like some old movies.
Oh, they
are
are
you talking about the
70s.
original
We're talking
Omen?
70s, yes.
Okay.
Which the remake was great. I saw it at a drive-in in Chapel Hill, actually. The original is one of the best horror movies ever made. Because nothing supernatural happens. Everything that happens is like doesn't defy any law of physics. Like a piece of big glass thing falls off a truck and cuts a guy's head off. What makes it cool or eerie or whatever is that this little kid is making it happen.
Yeah.
But it's just a cool horror movie.
That's most children, unfortunately. Little evil,
oh no, it's
pods.
true. It's true. Yeah, they are evil pods.
But before we wrap up, there was a pretty good question that came from Scott Cullens on one of the comments. He's wondering if you'd open up for Stalin.
Hell no. Stalin was almost I'd say worse than Hitler in some regards, but no, hell no.
No.
I'd open for Khrushchev just to say that I did. For some reason, I don't know why. He banged his shoe on a podium. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
But no, Stalin, Putin, I don't trust any of them.
I feel like if you're gonna put Donald Trump in those at that level, he's just not.
No, he's like
he's in like
he's like a wimpy version of he's like a wannabe.
If he's a wannabe, he's not even like succeeding at wannabeing. What's up, Micah?
Right on.
Micah has arrived.
He's arrived. What's that, man? Get on some camera and get some. That's Micah.
Oh, look at that! The beautiful face locks of Micah.
That is a well-trimmed beard. You were talking about well-trimmed beards. You're blowing me out of the water, my friend.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I need to...
I can't touch that.
It's pretty close. You guys both got some.
Whatever.
Yours is high and tight.
You're being nice. You're being nice. He's being
All
nice.
right. This has been the Spo Show. Brian Cleary, thank you for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Dave. We'll do it again sometime.
We will. I don't know when the next time I'll be back doing the show exactly is. We'll be doing a scene stream next Monday from the Tiny Oak booking page, so be on the lookout for that. You can catch podcasts of this show at sporules.com, including this episode soon.
Cool.
And I think that's it. Stay clean, Salt Lake, and to the rest of y'all, just bathe. I think that's just like a
Bathing's good.
Do that.
Or shower.
Yeah, just stay clean.
Yeah, stay clean.
Peace.
Peace. I was in an empty, crowded bar when you came along. You didn't want to say it, but you were. You tucked in someone's drawers. Chemistries collide well, the feeling holds. Words get bold. I was like a dream dish I never sold. Now it's getting cold. Some said you're only fighting for time to keep it score. Some said you'll always string along as long as I hang on. And I always find a gun. Put your fingers on. There's your smoking gun. Staring from the ground. This is for the ones that shoot you down as you try turning around. Soon they'll find another and a pedestal just to tear them from. Doesn't really matter what you do, they'll see what they want. 'Cause they feel smaller than the rest. They're always looking down. Always find the gun. Put your fingers on. There's your smoking gun. Staring from the ground. But life is always patient for acts of yours. You wait for its word. I hear your heart unveil it, feels so good. But this game's getting